Multiplication properties of exponents, Part 2, powers raised to powers. The objective of this lesson is to simplify an expression consisting of a product in parentheses or brackets raised to a power. Or simply, raise an exponential expression to a power. Let's consider the rule. To raise a power to a power, multiply the exponents. So simply, in parentheses, a to the m raised to the n power becomes a to the m times n. So if you have parentheses, we multiply the exponent on the outside of the parentheses by the exponent on the inside of the parentheses. Or simply, if we have x to the a in parentheses being raised to the b power, that becomes x to the a times b. Let's consider some examples. 2 to the third power in parentheses raised to the seventh power. In this case, because we have parentheses, we multiply our exponents. So this is 2 raised to the 3 times 7, or 2 to the 21 power. If I have a to the fourth in parentheses raised to the ninth power, again, we have parentheses, so we multiply our exponents. 4 times 9 is 36. So this becomes a to the 36. Now, what if there is more than one expression inside the parentheses, but we are still multiplying inside that parentheses? To raise a product to a power, raise each factor to the power and multiply. So in this case, if you have a times b being raised to the n power, that will be a to the n times b to the n. Let's expand this a little bit. If we have x to the a times y to the b, all being raised to the m power, then we're going to multiply each of the exponents inside the parentheses by the power on the outside. So this becomes x to the a times m, y to the b times m. It's important to note this rule applies only because we have a product inside the parentheses. It does not work if it's a sum or difference in the parentheses. Let's consider some examples. In parentheses, 2 to the third, x to the fifth, close parentheses, raised to the seventh power. Because we have parentheses and we have a product inside, we can multiply each of the exponents on the inside of the parentheses by the number on the outside, in this case, the 7. So this becomes 2 raised to the 3 times 7, x raised to the 5 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21, 5 times 7 is 35, so this is 2 to the 21, x to the 35. It's worth noting we would try to simplify 2 to the 21 if it was a small enough value. 2 to the 21 is very large, and therefore we are not required to simplify. Let's consider a different example. In parentheses, 3b to the ninth raised to the second power. Be careful on a problem like this. Even though it's not written, there is indeed an exponent on the 3. This is really 3 to the first, b to the ninth, and then in parentheses, raised to the second power. So we will multiply all the exponents in the parentheses by 2. This becomes 3 to the 1 times 2 times b raised to the 9 times 2. 1 times 2 is 2, 9 times 2 is 18, so this is 3 to the second power times b to the 18 power. We can simplify 3 to the second to 9, so this is 9b to the 18th power. Let's consider one final example. In parentheses, 9 to the second power, x to the fifth power, y to the seventh power, close parentheses, raised to the third power. Again, we have parentheses, a product inside the parentheses, and a power on the outside. So we will multiply all the exponents on the inside of the parentheses by the 3, which is the exponent on the outside of the parentheses. Therefore, this becomes 9 to the 2 times 3, x to the 5 times 3, and y to the 7 times 3. Simplifying, 9 to the 6th, x to the 15, y to the 21st. Although 9 to the 6th is not a small value, it is not such a large value that we cannot compute it with a calculator. 9 to the 6th is 531,441. So the answer now is 531,441, x to the 15, y to the 21.